Play IT again. Panos describing the design of the Surface Book 2 means describing the Surface Book because the two are entirely the same. Like its predecessor, the Book 2 has a hefty metal chassis coated in a professional, elegant matte silver coat that tries very, very hard to distinguish itself from the silver of Apple's MacBook line. It succeeds, yet also looks rather plain. The Book 2 can turn heads at a meeting, but if it does, it won't be thanks to the paint. The Book 2 instead makes an impression with the same dynamic fulcrum hinge found on the original. It looks a bit like a watch band or the arm of a Jetsons robot. And it contains the hardware that lets the screen detach entirely from the base. The compromise, though, is that the hinge doesn't swing the screen shut like every other laptop known to man. It folds over instead, leaving a gap at the rear end of the laptop. You may already have an opinion of the hinge, and if so, the Book 2 won't change your mind. It's the same as before, even on the larger 15-inch version. If you're unfamiliar, then you should be warned the hinge makes the Book too thick when closed, and invites the slim chance of an object getting wedged between the base and display, possibly scratching the latter. Microsoft is unapologetic about this. The Surface Pro is for users who want extreme portability, while the Book 2 is better for an occasional jaunt. The benefit of the hinge is that the screen detaches completely, which is unique. Large 2-in-1s are rare to begin with, and all serious competitors, like the Lenovo Yoga 920 and HP Spectre X 360 15-inch, use a 360 hinge that does not detach the base. Using the Spectre X 360 15-inch as a tablet means holding 4.4 pounds aloft. The Book 2 lets you remove the base and its weight, so it weighs just 1.7 pounds in tablet mode. While the hinge has obvious benefits, it's not perfect. The screen is firmly, physically kept in place, so it can only be removed after pressing a button. While the mechanism is solid, it's not always smooth and can take a few moments to activate. There is also no kickstand on the tablet half, so the screen must be held when used independently. You can flip the screen around and reattach it to the base, but that's not as practical or flexible as a built-in stand. Not a lot of ports, but what do you expect? The Surface Book 2, no matter its size, comes with two USB 3.0 Type A ports. There is also a USB Type-C port and the Surface Connect port, either of which can be used to charge, though the included charger only connects to the latter. An SD card reader and headphone jack round out the ports, with the latter found on tablet. That makes using a pair of headphones in laptop mode awkward because the cord is suspended high above your desk. You won't find any USB ports on the tablet portion, either. While this might not sound like many options on a 15-inch 2-in-1, it's actually on par with the HP Spectre 15 by 360. Most premium 15-inch laptops, like the Apple MacBook Pro 15 with Touch Bar, do know better, though there are exceptions like the Dell XPS 15. There are certainly laptops of this size that offer many more ports, but they're typically mobile workstations, which are much heavier. If you want the flexibility of a 2-in-1, you'll have to get used to dongles. Tab IT, Touch IT, Ink IT. Typing on the Surface Book 2 feels a lot like typing on the previous book, right down to the size of the keyboard. While the 15-inch model has more space, it opts not to include a numpad. We like that decision, as we prefer a spacious and centered key layout, but accountants should be warned. Key feel is great with good travel, a linear feel, and a firm yet forgiving bottom action. You shouldn't have issues touch typing at high speeds from the moment you lay hands on the 2-in-1. There's even gobs of palm rest space, so those with large hands won't feel cramped. We're less enthused about the keyboard's backlighting. 3 levels of lighting are available and they provide a good variety of options, from dim to excessively bright. The lighting doesn't filter evenly through the keys, however, and some light leak is visible from underneath the top row. That's not a huge problem. but it detracts from the luxury of the device in a way not evident on Apple's MacBook Pro.